Well, good afternoon, friends and colleagues. Today, we have organized this video conference with the health ministers of the 8 northeastern states and, of course, West Bengal also, the state of Manipur, Tripura, West Bengal, Assam, Arunachal Pradesh, Mizoram, Nagaland, Sikkim, and Meghalaya. I understand that many of the health ministers have already joined, and one or two are likely to join soon. I am joined here by my colleague Ashwini Chaube ji virtually and my health secretary Shri Rajesh Bhushan ji and other senior health officials of the ministry. Just to keep you informed, last week we had met the health ministers of almost all the states of India, barring few from the union territories and Himachal Pradesh. We are going to meet them also day after tomorrow. And we had detailed discussions with them about the present COVID situation in their respective states. You are all aware that after having successfully fought together against COVID in 2020, we all have met so many times in 2020 also and in 2021 also earlier. The COVID situation in last couple of weeks took a turn towards a huge surge in the number of cases. As we fought it out together in 2020, under the able leadership of our Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, we are again trying to fight it together. So I welcome all of you, our colleague ministers. I know that we have the Honorable Chief Minister, who is also the Health Minister of Tripura, Shri Biplav Devji, who has already joined. Shri Keshav Mahanta ji from Assam has joined. Shri Alu Libang ji from Arunachal Pradesh has joined. I have been told that Dr. R. Lalthang Liana ji from Mizoram has also joined. And Dr. Mani Kumar Sharma from Sikkim has also joined. The ministers from Meghalaya and Nagaland are likely to join very soon. And as I have been told that West Bengal has been represented in this meeting by the Principal Secretary of West Bengal, Shri Narayan Swarup Nigam ji.
Yes, sir.
So, yes, thank you. So, let me again welcome all of you. Just to give you a brief outline before we request Dr. Sujit Singh, our Director NCDC, to brief us about the detailed situation of COVID in all these 9 states where we are going to discuss together, and then followed by another presentation about vaccination status in these 9 states. Presentation will be made by another senior officer, Vikas Sheel ji. So, you know that last couple of days we have seen that in the whole country there has been a decline in the number of cases. Around 10 days back, we were in a situation when almost every day we were having for almost 4-5 continuous days, we had more than 4 lakh cases in the country. And now for the last 4-5 days, we have been seeing that we are having less than 3 lakh cases per day in the whole country. The number of active cases, which were more than 37 lakhs a couple of days back, has come down to 32,26,719. And in the last 24 hours, if I have to talk about it, we saw in the country 2,67,334 new cases. But another satisfying fact was that more than a lakh, like 3,89,851 cases got recovered in the last 24 hours. So this is a difference of more than a lakh cases. So these are early trends showing some significant decline in the number of cases, but we have to keep ourselves thoroughly vigilant, prepared, and there can't be any room for complacency in any form. Just to give you an idea that we have been performing quite well, and this is a subject which needs further strengthening considering the surge in the number of cases in this second wave in a significant manner. You all remember that we started our journey of creation of these labs for testing of the COVID virus with one lab in the country. And today, in this journey, we have come up to 2,552 labs in the whole country, and a potential capacity of more than 25 lakh tests per day in the country. Yesterday itself, we did the maximum number of tests done by any country in the whole world in this whole COVID pandemic. We tested 20,08,296 patients who were suspected to be suffering from COVID. And by now, you all know that the country has already cumulatively tested 32 crore 65 lakh 37,137 people all over the country. Another important facet that got added to our fight against COVID was the launch of the immunization campaign for COVID vaccination against COVID on 16th of January under the leadership of our Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji. And you will be happy to know that till today morning, we had already given 18 crore 58 lakh 9,302 doses to Indians in the priority groups, as has been advocated by the specialists and NEGVEC. As on today, 1 crore 68 lakh 22,245 doses are still available with the states. And I was looking at the numbers of vaccines that have been supplied to the various states. Particularly, I am talking about the 9 states where we have we are joined by all of you. For West Bengal, we have provided till now 1 crore 34 lakh 83,640 doses. For Assam, we have provided till now 40 lakh 76,870 doses. For Arunachal Pradesh, it is 4 lakh 42,700 doses. For Manipur, it is 5 lakh 82,570 doses. Meghalaya, it is 5 lakh 61,000 doses. Mizoram, it is 5 lakh 40,680 doses. For Nagaland, it is 3 lakh 93,240 doses. For Sikkim, it is again 3 lakh 44,940 doses. And for Tripura, it is 15 lakh 27,170 doses. You will be happy to know that we are simultaneously working on strengthening and helping the various manufacturers of the vaccines. We are aware of these two manufacturers, but more than half a dozen other manufacturers and new vaccines are in the offing. They are being supported by the government in all possible ways, including financial support for their research and development. And it has already been conveyed to the people of India through our regular press conferences also that we are in the process of providing to the country between August and December about 216 crore doses, and from 16th January till 31st of July, we would have overall procured around 51 crore doses. So this is a broad overview of what is actually happening on the vaccine front, and you can well imagine that by the end of this year, we should be in a position to be able to at least provide vaccines to all our adult population. That's the minimum modest. And then if I go to next year, 2021, January, February, March, April, then the number goes, it goes up to even 3 billion doses. So we are, under the leadership of our PM, doing our best to ensure that significant number of vaccines and their doses are available for Indians for all the priority groups. This is broadly about the vaccines, the number of cases, the testing facility. From time to time, all the guidelines have been given to you. Our officers have been continuously talking to the officers in the states regularly on every issue and on the nitty-gritty of every issue. The Prime Minister, all through these 20 months, 16 months, has been talking to all the chief ministers, and he continues to do that even now. From time to time, the necessary requirements of updating our guidelines about treatment, about other precautions, about testing, tracking, treating, creation of infrastructure, and of course about making the drugs available for the people of India for treating COVID. All that is being updated with you from time to time. Now, I would just like to, although there will be a detailed presentation, but I will just like to flag a few points pertaining to every state which has joined us today. I start with Mizoram. And we know that in Mizoram, all the 11 districts are reporting cases, and our growth rate in the last 7 days is 14.04%. All the districts are having a rising trend in new cases. That's precisely the reason why we are having this meeting now with all of you also. And the positivity rate has increased from 2.3 to 2.6 during the last week. Then if I talk about Nagaland, there has been a sharp increase in the number of daily cases reported in Nagaland from something like 15 to 20 cases in the first week of April to almost 300 cases per day in the last week of April. And there has been a steep rise in the weekly positivity rate from 1% to 34%. You see, it's a very, very significant rise. Then suggestion is that we need to strengthen our testing facility by conducting more rapid antigen tests in peri-urban and rural areas, as well as provide immediate referral and transport services from far-flung and difficult areas. Then about Assam, Kamrup Metro is contributing approximately 45% of the cases being reported daily in Assam. And the daily cases have increased considerably, almost double during the last 15 to 20 days. Of course, the recovery rate is 85.50% and the case fatality rate is below 1%. And then monitoring of home quarantine and COVID care center needs to be strengthened for early detection and timely referral of patients who are becoming symptomatic to reduce the mortality. Then about Meghalaya, we have to say that East Khasi Hills and Ribhoe are reporting large number of daily cases, though cases are being reported from all the 11 districts. And possible reason for increase in this number in daily cases, as our officers understand, could be either the students returning back to the state, people coming from for work, and also the tourists, because before the lockdown, since 17th May 2021, this is because of this increase in the number of cases, this lockdown was enforced on 17th May. Before lockdown, containment zones were being followed but not being adhered to strictly, especially in East Khasi and Ribhoe districts. Recovery rate is 78.09% and the case fatality rate is more than 1%. That's about 1.4%, which of course is a matter of concern for us. Then a bit about Sikkim. We know that all the 4 districts are affected with a high positivity rate of 10.9%. And East Sikkim has reported the maximum number of deaths. A high case fatality rate 1.41%. Strict monitoring of home quarantine positives is not being done. Community is also not understanding the gravity of the situation nor following any protocols. That's the feedback that we have. And there has been a complete lockdown, we know, since 17th May. Community surveillance or active cases search needs to be strengthened and awareness regarding testing needs to be undertaken on priority in Sikkim. Then about Arunachal Pradesh, Our information tells us that Capital Complex and Changlang districts are having maximum active cases. The positivity during the last 1 week has been 8.17% with growth rate of 7.44%. ICU, that's the intensive care unit beds, occupancy is almost 22.5%. Then in Manipur, all the 16 districts are again affected here. Growth rate during the last 7 days is 10% and the case fatality rate is 1.5%, which is higher than the national average. Then there has been an increase in the number of daily cases reported in Manipur from 10 to 20 cases per day in the first week of April to 300 to 600 cases per day in the last week. And there has been a steep rise in weekly positivity rate from 1% in January 2021 to 20% in May 2021. Then about West Bengal, the state is having a high positivity rate of 10.13%. All the districts in the state are showing rising trend from mid-April 2021. Top 5 districts are Kolkata, North 24 Parganas, South Parganas, Howrah and Nadia. And again for the deaths also, these are the same top districts. Then Tripura, all the districts are affected. Maximum affected districts are West Tripura, Unakoti and South Tripura. And there has been rise in positivity from 1.3% in April to 8.7% in the last week. And during the last week, 20 deaths have been reported. We gave this flagged these briefly these issues. You see, we have seen that initially the bigger states, the larger states, say Maharashtra and many other states, they started showing the surge, but the smaller states were not affected. But when we now see that the bigger states, a significant number of them have started showing the decline, but simultaneously we see that the smaller states, they are also showing an upward trend. So we need to be thoroughly cautious about this rising trend, and before it develops into alarming proportions, we need to act in a more stringent manner, whether it is enforcing COVID appropriate behavior, whether it is upgrading our infrastructure, whether it is improving our testing ability and doing more and more of testing, and also ensuring that the peri-urban and the rural areas are also significantly focused. The guidelines around treatment, etc., have also been revised. The guidelines for testing, when earlier we were asking you to do 70% of the RT-PCR tests and 30% could be the rapid antigen tests. Now we are saying that you can do more and more of rapid antigen also, because even at the rural level, we don't want to miss anybody and we don't want the people to wait for the test report. So that early diagnosis, early isolation, early quarantine, early treatment, so that we can keep the mortality rates as minimum as possible. I'm sure all of you are already working very hard. You have been doing that for the last over 1 year. But this time also, at this particular moment, we need to put in some extra efforts to make sure that things do not become worse from bad.